Hi. It's been a minute. I can't remember the last time I published the last episode actually. Well, we're here. So today would be starting a new, should I say, sub-series, which is how to start a company. The funny part is it's being done live. So it's like everything I'm going to be saying here is probably going to be what's actually happening in real time. And we'll be sharing what we are learning at the same time, getting feedback from everyone. So I'm open to feedback, I'm open to advice. In fact, I'm open to gigs and I'm open to opportunities at this point. So for the series of episodes we'll be having, I'll be recording it here with my co-founder, David Onide. I'll be sharing why he's a co-founder and why we're even having this episode soon. So, but David, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so thank you once again, Kazim, for having me on your podcast. My name is David Onide, and I'm a co-founder with Kazim on various softwares, and I'm a chain maker, I'm a software developer, I'm a recent graduate. So thank you very much for having me here. Such an honor to be on your podcast.
Pride. What is your calling list? I said introduce yourself. Just tell me that I have David Onide. That's all. Like I said, you're a co-founder, but yeah, sure. So yeah, David is a software engineer, he's a change maker, he's a recent fellow from the
Management Institute of Finland.
Yeah, the guy change making when you go Finland, go to flex. Well, yeah, David and I have been friends for probably like 5-6 years now, if I can correctly count.
2017.
So now, was it 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
I don't think so. It's probably 18. Are you sure it's 17? Because I think...
Okay. June 2018. Okay.
Yeah, so 18 now, it's like 6 years there I was. So yeah, David and I have been friends for 6 years. We've been working together. We've been frustrating each other. He frustrates me more than I do frustrate him. But and the most interesting part is that we're actually starting up like a business together, and that's the essence of this series of episodes. So we'll be sharing with you what we have done, things we have not done, things we are trying to figure out, and yeah, taking on this journey together. So, and hopefully the business is successful, so we have like a success story to share at some point. But at the same time, I really hope it at this point, but at the same time, it's so far what I've learned is it can work, it cannot work. I'm praying to God that it does work, and at the same time, I'm also hoping that we take the necessary steps and don't make stupid mistakes on the way. So back to what we are here to discuss. So we're actually three. The third person will probably join in some future episodes. Subomi. We are three founders, three guys, I would say, that decided to do the crazy thing of starting a company, which I feel anyone that actually has a company, actually registered and is doing something, I feel we are just crazy as we are, because lately I realized that it's a crazy thing to actually think of starting a company, because
like it's I don't know, it's strange. Like, I mean, we've been involved in so many companies.
Yeah,
let's say
we are working there. We have like
and we
projects. Yeah, it always looks like from outside actually.
For now that we're starting, it's layers of
complications.
Like
yeah, so like I think the most interesting thing about our company is why we even started in the first place and how we started it. So I remember David and I have always been having a conversation of, especially the conversation is usually, Kazim, when are you starting your company? And that's like the most interesting thing. And in my head, there's always a simple answer I give. I used to tell them, I don't think I've had that idea yet, that thing that keeps me up at night, that I'm like, okay, I need to like build this thing out and start up something. Because I always feel like if I want to start out a company, it has to be like exceptional. It has to be like one crazy thing. Yeah, and it's true. I still feel that same way till now. Even the fact that I started a company, like I still feel that same way. But we started a company and we're like, okay, we'll figure everything out on the way. We even started without the name.
Okay, so the thing is, back in those days, Kazim used to have his brand, Dark Ace.
Yeah, well, Dark Ace, yeah.
And I used to have this thing called Kida Coin. King David concept. It sounds very, very cliche, right? Then, I mean, we do gigs together, and I'm like, Kazim, when are we doing this? I mean, we've had a whole lot of people expecting, especially from Kazim, because Kazim is like our daddy. You guys don't understand. I'm like, how are we doing this? And I had the conversation with him, I think 3 months ago. I'm like, Kazim, and he's like, let's start. I'm like, really? Like, let's start. And I'm like, okay then, let's start. and we started. No name.
We didn't even figure out what we wanted to do exactly.
Like, so we knew we wanted to. We understood this concept.
Yeah.
That's the software thing because we're both software engineers, but I mean, along the line, we're going to like
figure out exactly what to do. So I remember there was a thing where we were like, okay, what problem are we going to solve? Because as I said, David and I have been together for 6 years so far. And the environment we met up was in a company where we had to solve a lot of problems. We had to like help guide people through solving problems, companies, individuals. And we always ask that question, what's the problem you're solving? So there's always like ginger. So, and I feel that's like the initial thing that comes to our mind, like, what are we solving? In my head, I was just like, we'll figure that problem out actually eventually. And I didn't like that part because I'm this kind of person, like, I want to be so sure of what, like the outcome.
Yes.
Yeah, before I kick off. And I feel that's one of the things that really holds me back from actually doing these things from time to time. But yeah, we didn't figure out the problem we wanted to solve initially. We didn't even figure out what we were trying to sell to people. All we just knew it was going to be a software company. But what do we have at the moment? So both of us, we build websites for clients. We build mobile apps. We actually even got a gig recently that we're like it's a 3-phased gig. We build sites, we build mobile app, and we have been building sites for like God knows how long. Like our combined experiences probably like 15 years if you combine our experiences, and with Subomi also. So it's like we decided, okay, we'll start out the company as a somewhat agency. So our first goal of business is to build out sites for other companies. We build products for them, and eventually when that idea kicks in, we would put all things aside and dig into build.
Then funny enough, Kazim woke up one morning and was like, David, I found it. Then he was like, this guy was on steroids. So we came up with a very beautiful idea of what problem, like what product. Because when I came back from Finland, I had this, okay, I don't want us to be a product provider, right? No, I don't want us to be a service provider. I want us to be So Kazim was like, why can we not be startups for startups? I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. I feel like Kazim should like lay more emphasis on that because it still looks like
promising.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but like so the idea was basically like what I coined it at some point was like an OS for startups, like an operating system. So one of the issues we realized when we started out was that we had a lot of things we didn't want to do starting the business that we had to do. Things like getting a lawyer, things like registering the company, in fact, now I don't think we've even sorted out our TIN and some other documents we actually require to even have a bank account. Like I didn't even know things like that were so stressful because in my head I was like, you need a bank account, just go to the bank, create an account, or just download an app.
Kazim was like, I mean, can we not just use Kudas?
Like in my head, because I feel like it shouldn't be this stressful starting a business because it should be something you just get to do. And so like I had the idea that we build a platform where startups come and they just pay us a certain amount and we get to do the runarounds for them, and that's all that. And we were even thinking like having an MVP. And so I shared the idea with them, I think on a Saturday. So I had the idea on a Friday night Saturday morning. So I shared the idea with them on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I spoke to my mentor. That was the interesting part of the conversation. So, and there's this interesting thing where you have an idea and you're just flowing with that idea. It's just going in your head and you're thinking of the possibilities. And someone just asks you a question that stops you dead in your track. So the question was, you're a startup, yeah, but when you were starting your business, didn't you use a lot of favors because you didn't have money to start up your business? And I was like, oh, true. Because think about it. I'm trying to provide a service for startups that don't even know where they're going to make their money from in the first instance. So how would they be able to do that? So somehow we put a pause on it, but it wasn't exactly a pause. So what we said was we'll probably find a more innovative way of using that idea, but the core concept of building an OS for companies was still there. You just have to probably look for a better market fit for it and probably try to iterate on the idea. So that I think that, but that wasn't even the first idea we had. I don't think that was the first idea.
We wanted to create a QR code for restaurant for waiters.
Oh yeah, that was even way before the company even started first instance. So because I remember when I had that idea, so it was basically like I said, why? So I don't usually go out to restaurants that much, but the times I go there, especially a particular restaurant that I love so much, I'm just going to say it out there. They don't pay me money, but Papi's, right? Papi's Metro. I love going there to Ayaba in case you are interested.
I mean, I don't know where that is.
So, but anytime I go there, we get there, we sit down for say 5 minutes. I'm usually there with a lot of friends, so we seated and a waiter comes around, asks us, oh, what do we want, blah, blah, blah. We say everything we want. The waiter goes and we wait for like 40 minutes for the food to get ready because most times they're actually just preparing the meal. And I'm like, for Christ's sake, can't we just scan a QR code, place your order, and that's it? So you don't even have to worry about someone coming to meet you. And that means the restaurant is saving on staff, which means that staff is probably going to attend to you, is probably doing something better at the kitchen, or is not even hired in the first place. Not like I'm trying to make anybody lose their job, but yeah, that was one.
I mean, apparently you are.
So, but basically, that was that. Then I also thought that, okay, if you already scanned the QR code before, it's like a progressive web app, a PWA, where it's probably just on your phone, and before you even come to the restaurant, say you guys are already at home and your friends are discussing, okay, what do you want to eat? I already placed your order on the app. So say it takes you 40 to 30 minutes to get to the restaurant. You already placed your order. So immediately I get to the restaurant, you get to eat. Do you understand? I get here, like there's also an experience of staying in the restaurants, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this was just a very good idea. And the most interesting part of that idea was when I had the idea, I spoke to some people about it, and I wasn't just, I said that I had the idea, but I wasn't so motivated about it. I think that's the most interesting issue. And I think early this year, I discovered that someone actually built it in Nigeria. And one of the people I shared the idea with was one that sent to me, like, Kasim, see your idea. Like, this is the idea you told me about. Like, why need to go ahead to build it? I was like, I wasn't so jazzed. Like, I think we even had the child deck thing also.
Yeah, we had.
Do you want to share that? I think you brought that up in the first instance.
So I'm in Badagry, right? I just graduated school and I'm back in Badagry and I stay alone. I'm like a mini bachelor. And
which is bachelor? I get to work.
And I'm like, to get food is a problem. I'm like, there is no delivery system. You cannot order for food because we're in Badagry. I'm like, Kazim, let's just do this. Let's create, like, this is a problem and it's affecting me in person. Let's go ahead and, but I mean, it comes with a whole lot of technical things and we had to like person it.
Well, I don't think it's a technical thing. I think it's a cost thing. So I was trying to analyze it after we had that conversation that day, and I was like, okay, say we build the app. The app is probably not going to be that complicated because Badagry is not that big. We know like the major happening area. Say we start with like Ajara and normal Badagry or Iberico, those three places. We can cover the major restaurant and every other person around. But the issue is then how do we factor the cost? Because to move from point A to point B in Badagry, you probably won't spend upwards of 500 naira. So how much would we cost a delivery? How much would we pay the person delivering the food? Like, how do like? Yeah, I was thinking about all those things, and
where does the profit come?
Yeah, and I think probably after this episode, I will share something with David. I saw a video of how Chowdeck became successful, and I intend to like even watch that with David himself. So probably it's something. Maybe after this episode, we'll probably figure something else around the idea because I feel it's feasible. Because I notice there are untapped markets for deliveries within just Lagos itself. And the reason why we know about that market is because we are from there. So we are from Badagry and we realize that things come last.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
I mean, the funny thing now is Badagry Road is being done.
Yeah.
And I come from Badagry West. Like,
that's even farther than it.
And our road is bad. And somebody told me, you guys are not in Badagry. I'm like, see you that in Badagry and the Lagosians are saying,
yeah, not in Lagos.
How dare you tell me I'm not from Badagry? Like, the irony.
Yeah, so I always notice like innovations come last to those rural areas. Probably it's an untapped market because I know even Chowdeck itself, the reason why Chowdeck is so successful is like they tapped into the guy that can use his bicycle to deliver, the struggle of having the Chowdeck bag. That's a market that Glovo missed out on. So it's probably something will probably be the Chowdeck to the child deck.
Yeah, another thing I want, branding. When you
okay. I won't say this should be episode 2, right? At this point, because I feel the whole branding aspect of the company and getting our name it's a whole lot of a journey. So, if you'll be interested in that, just keep around for episode 2. We'll probably get that out soon. But David, is there anything you want to share before? I don't know to give you the branding story.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. You're supposed to tell me before I'm coming on your podcast. My schedule is quite busy.
All right.
Been around organizing the company and all.
Please, did you remember you said it's just a recent guy? They jobless one for that one.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Bye. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll try to be more consistent going forward. Yeah. Thank you very much.